welcome to another highly questionable week. What do you like today, Bo?
Mark Cuban trying to talk himself into that free agent signing he had to settle for.
Dale, papi.
Who do you believe, the NFL or Marky Mark?
I love starting the show this way. Marky Mark was on Mike and Mike. What a great phrase in 2016. And he said that Roger Goodell and some owners called him because they had a problem with the HBO show Ballers. That is a dirty sort of look at how the NFL might be in fiction or reality. I think most of us would say that that feels like reality. I don't believe that Roger Goodell actually called Marky Mark. I do believe that Roger Goodell and the NFL have a problem with how that show depicts players because Playmakers on ESPN was this show before this show, and it got gone in a hurry, at least in part because the NFL didn't want it around.
Actually, the crazy thing is Playmakers was even crazier than this. Like, in retrospect, how in the world did that ever make the air? Now, nothing, by the way, makes us seem older than saying Marky Mark, because there's a whole generation that has no idea that that dude was pretending to be a rapper for a little while. But is it possible that I kind of think they're both telling the truth? He said people like Roger Goodell called him. I don't think Roger Goodell would actually make that call, but I do firmly believe that the NFL would call them, because if you were in charge of the NFL, why would you be okay with this? They may not have the rope to do anything about it, but there's nothing in that television show that is good for the NFL's business.
By the way, the opening scene from last night where Dwayne Johnson fights Terrell Suggs, that was going to happen here in this studio on this set. People from Ballers came in here, and it suddenly got gone all of a sudden. Why? My guess is the NFL didn't want ESPN being a part of that.
Well, I knew that was going to be a bad show. The moment you were in that show, I knew that the hell was going to break loose.
Excellent work. My father.
Yeah, why do they keep calling you, by the way? I mean, let's think about this for a second.
Oh, great teammates.
Should we believe that Pat Riley was floored by D-Wade leaving?
Yes, that is what Pat Riley says. I mean, hey, LeBron, that was just a relationship of convenience, but Dwayne Wade, family. Family took somebody else's money, and Pat Riley at least wants us to believe he's kind of bummed out about it.
What happened with Dwayne floored me, and I'm going to miss the fact of what I might have had planned for him and his future, and how I saw the end, and my thought process, and how I could see his end here with the Heat. You are what you think, and you are your thoughts, and it's my responsibility to sort of make that happen. I didn't make it happen.
I gotta say, I wouldn't be surprised if Pat Riley was legitimately surprised that Wade left, because it wouldn't surprise me in the least if Pat Riley never entertained the possibility that somebody could turn down his sales pitch, even if this time he wasn't the one that was actually making the sales pitch. This is simply complicated by the fact, however, that the Heat might be better off letting Dwayne Wade go.
There are public relations and there are private relations. And I can tell you, in private, both of these groups were ready to move on this situation. But beyond that, they're giving us an assortment of partial truths that are not exactly disingenuous lies. Both sides are hurt by this, and that's the only side that they're giving you. But if the Miami Heat wanted to keep Dwayne Wade would still be with Miami Heat.
You know, I really feel bad about this, you know. He played the number of years here in Miami, you know, and he gave everything he had to Miami, you know. I just feel bad about it, you know. I'm telling you, you know, I don't know what to do anymore. You see how easy it is to fake it?
Oh, wow. Man, he did fake it.
So we count that down, right? You just had to feel it was coming. It was like crescendo.
Should the Royals feel bad about Jonny Gomes moping and just invite him to the White House?
Now, it's funny because I think my father's actually pronouncing that right. It is Gomez, but we call him Gomes, and everyone calls him Gomes, but I think it is actually Gomez. He says it's the worst he's been hurt in his entire career. He's been sent down. He's been released. He was playing in Japan recently. That this is the most offensive thing. A guy who didn't play at all in last year's playoffs and still got to make the speech is being hurt by this. A guy, incidentally, who's already been to the White House and wore ridiculous clothing while at the White House last time. Royals had a limited number of places open. He didn't make the cut.
He's just a little bit bummed out. I mean, isn't this dude riding the bus now? I mean, I presume he has millions of dollars in the bank. And when it's time for a trip now, he gets on the bus. Like a road trip is actually taking place on the road. They might have been willing to put him on a plane for this, which I think would have been a welcome change from the routine that he's grown accustomed to. I understand why he's bummed out, even if he doesn't have any, like, actual grounds for it.
Hey, Johnny, you don't have to be invited to the White House. I'll give you a piece of advice. You just crash the party, buddy.
No,
that's
no,
what you
no,
do. You just
no.
crash the party.
No,
You just
that's a
go
bad-
in
no,
there in the
that's-
middle of
no,
the event
that's
and just
ter-
crash
no,
the party. You
terrible
walk.
advice.
What?
No, that would.
They got guys
No.
to stop you from
No,
crashing
don't-
parties
no,
at that
terrible
particular
advice.
discotheque.
Don't do that.
Do you think Mark Cuban actually believes Harrison Barnes can be a first option?
No, this really happened. Mark Cuban has said this, that he believes that Harrison Barnes will develop into being a first option. It's almost like he's talking about Harrison Barnes like it's still 2010 when we thought that he would be a perennial all-star. He's demonstrated that he's a pretty good NBA player. A number one option, probably not, but this is coming from the man that thought DeAndre Jordan would be a number one option, and that's one of the silliest things I've ever heard.
But are we playing semantics here? Because does he believe Harrison Barnes can be a first option? He's going to be the first option on a team that doesn't make the playoffs and isn't very good because they don't have a lot of other places to go with this. Keep in mind, Andre Iguodala, when he's your fourth or your fifth or your sixth best player, you get to be championship good, like Harrison Barnes was your fourth or fifth or sixth best player. When Andre Iguodala is your best player, you're an 8 seed with the Philadelphia 76ers.
You hear that, Dirk? They're pushing you aside now. After all these years, I'm telling you something. You don't believe anything you heard anymore from that organization. You got pushed aside by a newcomer.
He's right about that, though. They asked Dirk to give back all that money. Wesley Matthews out here spending Dirk's money, and now you're saying Harrison Barnes would be the number one option over him?
They did give him that $40 million, though, as a golden parachute.
They owed him.
What should the IOC do about reports confirming Russia sponsored 2014 Sochi Olympics?
What do you do other than write sternly worded letters and take away stuff that nobody remembers about? Now, keep in mind, some of the details on this story are crazy, where you have basically government-aided scheming involved in doping and helping the athletes win. But, Bomani, I'm not sure what you can do that's actually going to be of consequences. You could start stripping things, but what difference does that make?
No, time's about up on this one. And for the Russians, they got to be glorious when they hosted the Olympics, which appears to have been the goal there. But let's stop and think about this for a second. They're saying the whole country is out here on this juicy juice. Remember when Sharapova got caught up with that little drug that she was taking, that we found out all these guys and women from this area were taking the same exact thing? This is really, really ambitious. And Greg Wyszynski of Yahoo makes a great point. When does this turn into a hockey story? Because the NHL has to be looking at this and being like, oh, man, I hope they don't care that much about those dudes.
I don't really have too much to add to this story, but I have a picture of a dog that looks like Putin.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
There's something to it.
I mean, what do you mean doesn't have anything to add to this story? He just made this story a lot better.
Wow.
You guys weren't listening to anything we said about the Sochi, Olympics, IOC. That's good television right there.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
You need in a fight, you lose off the liver shot. It can come.
Oh, ow. Ah, that is real behind him. That is not something
You
out
got
of
a
the
dent in the dome.
That's right. Dented dome.
Do you question Michael Venom Page celebration?
This is MMA, Bellator fight 387 or something. I don't remember what
Flea
the number
market,
was.
UFC.
I mean, if you, A, it's hard to keep your right hand up. B, it's very hard to move. C, it's hard to breathe. So just about everything you need in a fight, you lose off the liver shot. It can come.
Oh, ouch. Ouch. Here comes the celebration. Was that the fractured skull situation? Oh, he rolled a Pokeball, at the fractured skull.
Wow.
Over a canvas covered in blood. Cage fighting.
Yikes. He just caught him all the money, too. Hit him in the jaw so hard, he felt it in the top of his head.
I do feel like a lot of these people who are like wandering into zoos and stuff, chasing Pokemon, do deserve.
Guys, I had no idea what the hell was going on with this hat and all this other stuff. I was just sticking with the knee.
It's better that I didn't finish the thought.
Can I see an X-ray of that guy's skull just to make sure?
Okay, here it is.
Wait, that's real?
That is real behind him. That is not
He
something
got
out of
a
the.
dent in the dome.
That's right, dented dome.
You know why he lost, don't you?
Other than he got his skull fractured, why did he lose?
He's bald, that's why.
Oh man.
Do you question whether this will help Jonny Gomes?
We call him Gomes too, even though it's Gomez. You got the Indians; they're in first place. Jonny Gomes is having trouble hitting, and what did they do? Santeria? What did they do here?
Prepared this exorcism to honor thy holiness and to absolve Jonny Gomes of any wrongdoing he may have committed towards thee. We urge you to forgive his obsession with the octagon and bestow him with your guidance and grace on the diamond. Please accept these offerings as atonement for him straying from the righteous path. Be kind and just in your willingness to accept him and not condemn him any further. In the name of Jobu, amen.
Amen.
Looks like Screech, doesn't he, from Saved by the Bell? And he's hitting $160, which is, I imagine, what Screech would do if he wasn't spending time in jail these days.
He also got around to getting a hit and then injured his shoulder immediately after. Like, let's know something, by the way. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, this happened.
Got a hit, or hit the ball.
Yeah, well, then this happened, the day he got the hit.
Okay.
It's a real unfortunate thing. I would also like to know that generally this sort of thing, like this sort of humor, is a bit prehistoric. Like, we don't really, do this kind of thing anymore. Some might deem it to be politically incorrect, but they got a skin and grinning engine right on the sleeve of their jersey, so I don't know why I would worry about that.
Right.
See it right there on his good arm.
There it is.
I just don't understand what you saw, I don't understand it at all. Are they praying for the guy? Well, they should cut all the BS. Give him some HGH,
Okay, so
That's the way you do it, That's the way
do
you do it. You send him down here to Miami. We got a couple of good clinics,
I was going to say, if he's hitting 160, you need to pray he gets released.
Do you question who will win this beef?
We don't even know who the beef's between. What do we have here? All right. Yeah, give me your right side. Okay.
Oh,
my money's on the old head.
time to make your predictions, Poppy. All right, let's pause this real quick. Who you got, Poppy? Bald guy or the other guy?
I got the skinny guy.
Okay.
He looks meaner to me.
What about you, Bo? You said you got bald guy,
Yeah, I got
older
Jay
guy?
Blazer. Let's see.
Okay, I'll go bald guy here, too. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Told you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, that was some precision striking.
Yeah, it was also some of the worst defense I believe I've ever seen.
That too. Not a lot of punching power, by the way. Any one of those.
Also, did he end this reaching for a tall can and say, Kate? Is that how that ended for him?
Let me see that again. Was there a Mexican beer situation there?
Bow, bow. Put the can down, swinging something. Woo.
Oh, man.
Not again.
Man, oh, man.
Did he kick his head into the concrete?
I mean, he kind of did. By the way, the guy who got flattened there did a good job of holding on to the Tecate before the kick started. Like he was fine. He held on to it through the first 4 punches.
And now we know what David Wells is doing.
Oh, damn.
He is running roughshod through Mexico, beating up drunks.
Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Be best. I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that famous. I made that famous. TV show is brought to you by Tempur-Pedic. Nothing feels like a Tempur-Pedic. Time to play the game that is an enthusiastic voyeur. See? Or no?
Tell us what's on TV tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued.
Wait, I know what that means.
On Fox Sports Midwest, Padres and Cardinals.
No, thank you. But let's go out to a recent Padres game. You got the Giants-Padres extra innings. It's the bottom of the 10th inning. Santiago Casilla is pitching for the Giants, and there you go. That is a walk-off. It's more of a stumble-off. That is a balk. This guy got into an argument with Bochy earlier this season where he was mad that, he's first and third, nobody out. That's a bad feeling right there, Bomani. I mean, he did try and continue. Good effort. Bomani, are you intrigued?
Nah, but hey, man, in fairness to him, they were going to lose anyway. First and third, no outs. How's that going to go?
That's right. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But did you see Buster Posey? He looks so
Let's
Look
see.
at him.
Let's see Buster Posey. I mean, he doesn't look, he just looks sad.
Yeah, I mean, how can we tell?
You can't with the mask, but he just looks profoundly sad.
On Comcast California, Astros and A's.
Look at the enthusiasm the producer tried to deliver that with. No, the answer is no. But let's check in on a 2-1 count at a recent baseball game involving one of these teams. Oh, that's a very dramatic 2-strike call. See what he did there? I never understood in the show me, don't show me up game that the umpires being theatrical and flourishing, I'm not real sure why that's allowed. The punctuate your shame. Yeah, that's just 2 strikes, dude. But Monty, are you intrigued?
No.
Yeah.
Like, all I got for you is no. I'm not intrigued. Like, I'm trying to find something. What's the word? Pithy? Is it pithy? Whatever it is,
Pithy.
I ain't got it.
All right.
Pithies.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. You know, that gave me an idea. That's a hell of an idea. Strike 2. Strike 2. Strike 2. Hell of an idea.
I tried to do that once and I almost punched Dad in the nose.
On E, Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh, Taylor Swift and Kanye West had a back and forth, and some people believed Kanye, most people believe Taylor Swift, that she never gave approval for him putting in a song about sex with Taylor Swift, and Kim Kardashian put that up on Snapchat, a recorded proof that Kanye, her husband, was not lying.
For all my Southside that know me best, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Well, this one is, I think this is a really cool thing to have.
I know,
Definitely.
it's like a compliment, kind of.
Yeah. What I give a about is just you as a person and as a friend. I want things that make you feel good. I don't want to do rap that makes people feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, go with whatever line you think is better. It's obviously very tongue-in-cheek either way. And I really appreciate you telling me about it. That's really nice.
Oh, yeah. I felt I just had a responsibility to you as a friend, you know. Thanks for being, like, so cool about it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Like, the heads up is so nice.
Bomani, are you intrigued?
I am not intrigued, but over there, Rick Rubin, old school hip hop, not believing what the hell has happened to hip hop. Where this is the beef right here. That dude and her.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, when I heard that the Kardashian tape leak, that is not what I was expecting. I'm telling you,
fair.
that was
fair.
clean, too
That's
clean.
fair.
That's right. I was disappointed.
Oh.
I didn't know you knew about that.
Ray J is my man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow, my father knows it all.
On ABC, The Bachelorette.
No, thank you, but Aaron Rodgers' kid brother is on here, and he is giving up all the dirty laundry. Listen to this.
My middle brother won't be there.
And that's Aaron. Okay. Why?
Yeah, Aaron, like I said, I have a great relationship with my brother Luke. Me and Aaron don't really have that much of a relationship. It's just kind of the way he's chosen to do life. And I chose to stay close with my family and my parents and my brother. And so yeah, that's just, it's not ideal. And I love him, and you know, I can't imagine what it's like to be in his shoes and have the pressure he has and the demands from people that he has. Don't have hard feelings against him. It's just how things go right now.
Does he know that you're doing this?
I don't think so.
So you guys don't talk at all?
No, not really.
I mean, that guitar came in. That sad guitar. It's your hair, dude. That's the reason Aaron doesn't want to be around you. Bomani, are you intrigued?
Yeah, so let me get this straight. This dork on The Bachelorette, that thirsty for attention, is out on television airing the dirty laundry of his family. Gee, I can't understand why Aaron Rodgers wouldn't want to hang out with him.
It's the bouffondu hairdo is what it is. Bobby, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. That's okay. Don't feel bad. You know, I don't have that good of a relationship with my son, you know. But listen, I don't complain about it. I just, you know, just
take the paycheck.
That's right. Just take the paycheck and run. That's all.
And then he said, I'll stay on this show if you get me another son. And what do you know? We're on ESPN now.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Back tomorrow and all week. Thanks for watching.
Gracias. See you mañana.
Wasn't there a big golf tournament this weekend? Yeah,
Oh.
I forgot about it.
We
Yeah.
didn't cover it.
It was in another country, though,
we
so it
didn't-
doesn't really count.
We got the Bachelorette covered for you, though.